we bought a 2022 Jeep Gladiator. And today, I want to talk about why, what model we chose, and most importantly, at the end of the video, what the build plan is for this rig. Because if things go according to plan, it's not going to stay stock very long. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, I'm Caleb. Welcome to 4x-Trail. If it's your first time here on the channel, a big welcome to you. Want to invite you, if you're like-minded like us, you enjoy adventuring and exploring and off-roading with your friends and family, hit that subscribe button, join us on the adventure. Well, I've been so pumped, guys, to make this announcement. The Jeep Gladiator, ever since this truck came out in, what was it, 2019-ish, I thought, man, those are so rad. And here we are. So why? Why a Jeep Gladiator? Well, you probably know we recently purchased an Opus 15 camper, and that was an intentional investment that we made in our family to be able to go out and explore. We have two little ones, and we needed something that was comfortable, a good base camp, to be able to go out off-grid and have that home base, but then to go and explore and to hit trails like we love to do. So we took the leap from our rooftop tent and ground tent to a camper. Now we still have the rooftop tent. I'm still planning on lots of solo trips and adventures as well, but we wanted to make it an investment for our family to be able to go and be a little more comfortable. Now the Opus 15 is amazing, a lot more content coming up on that thing as well, but it's heavy. About 6,000 pounds when it's fully loaded down. So, as you know, the Jeep Wrangler cannot tow that much weight. 3,500 pounds is the limit, even on the 392 Wrangler. Now, whether you believe that or not is not the point of this video, but those are the numbers from Jeep. So in order to get a vehicle that can be built up to be capable enough to hit the type of trails we like to hit, but also be able to tow, it didn't take us long to land on the Jeep Gladiator. Well, there it is. It kind of looks like the Jeep that skipped leg day right now, but that's okay. It's not going to stay that way for long. This is a 2022 Jeep Gladiator Overland. Now, we intentionally did not get a Rubicon or a Mojave because of the amount of things we're going to be replacing. If you know about building Jeeps, when you get a model like that, it looks great off the showroom floor and it's pretty capable, but if you're going to be doing a serious build, you're taking off a lot of those components and replacing them already. So we were able to save a little bit of money by going with a non-Rubicon, which is what we did. Now, we did choose the Overland, which is basically like the Wrangler Sahara. It's got a nicer interior, mainly for the larger screen and the higher powered version of Uconnect, which does give some really nice features on the interior. It's got a better sound system, leather trim dash, things like that. Because the plan is to go longer distance with this thing and travel with our family and towing the camper, we wanted it to be a little bit nicer inside. That was definitely a bonus. I was super close to getting this Silver Sport that was at the dealer as well, but ultimately we decided to go with the nicer interior, so we went for the Overland model. Now, when it comes to car colors, I typically go for basic, simple, white, black, silver, but my wife saw this Sarge green and she said that is a really sick color, and as is usual, she was right. This color is really, really cool. It changes depending on the light on it, and it totally grew on me, so we ended up going with the Sarge green, and super happy that we did. Now, we purchased this Jeep from our local Jeep dealer, Courtesy Jeep of Superstition Springs here in Mesa, Arizona, and Andres and the team there, man, they just made it such an enjoyable experience for my family and I to go and purchase a new vehicle. What do you think we came here for? Do you think? I think you're right.
What do you think it looks like?
Yeah, I have some guesses inside of my thing.
You have some guesses?
How about green?
I think you're right. I actually think that is a very good guess of what color it is. Highly recommend that place if you're in the area and you're looking for a Jeep or a Chrysler, Dodge, Ram vehicle. Definitely go check out Courtesy. They did us right, and Andres, a big thank you if you're watching this for hooking us up with this new Gladiator. So, what do we have planned for this build? And Man, I'm right into the sun right now, so I'm gonna throw on my sunglasses. As you know, the Gladiator is a longer wheelbase than the Wrangler, and I have hopes of hitting trails that are harder than what I've done in the Wrangler with this thing. So what that means is we've got to go taller, stronger, bigger than what we've done with my Jeep Wrangler. If you've followed the channel for a while, you know one of the things I've been holding out on my Wrangler is an axle upgrade. And that's been intentional, just budget-wise, and then also, you know, wanting to see how far we can go with a Dana 30 front axle, as you know, on my Wrangler. And it's been kind of fun to see, you know, and to push it to the limit. But I don't want to do that with this truck. We're going to be, you know, hopefully going way off grid, towing our camper. I can't be risking bending an axle with my family out off grid somewhere while towing. That doesn't sound like any fun. So let's get the big item out of the way right away. UD60s front and rear on the Gladiator. We're doing a full axle swap, not 60-80, 60-60, but full float Ultimate Dana 60s front and rear. That's going to be massive peace of mind when we're hitting the hard stuff and towing off-road, off-grid. It's just going to be great. We don't want to mess around with the stock axles, even though the stock axles on the Gladiators aren't bad. But because of the size tire we're running, I wanted to go to the UD60s. Speaking of tires, we're doing 40s and beadlocks. Super pumped for that and the capabilities that will hopefully come along with it. Again, it's a Gladiator, long wheelbase, so even 40s, I feel like I'm going to be hitting the limit on some of the trails we're hoping to do, but it'll at least be a good start. Now, in order to make room for the 40s, we are going with TerraFlex's brand new RT4 4.5-inch long arm suspension system. That's right, we're going long arms, and we're pairing those with the Falcon 3.3 shocks, adjustable to hopefully be able to firm up when we're towing. There might be some other things we need to do to compensate for the towing, but to be able to firm up the shocks on the fly is really nice. So it's going to be fun to have this new system from TerraFlex on the Gladiator and hopefully pass on some valuable feedback to you guys on that setup. They are super proud of this suspension system. I just had a long conversation with one of the guys at TerraFlex the other day, and they were explaining it to me and the pros of a system like this. So super excited to run it on the Gladiator and give it a full shakedown and let you guys know how we like it. I'm not going to get into the weeds on all the details of what we have planned for this build, but of course there's armor. We've got a full aluminum belly skid coming from Next Venture out of Colorado. They've been awesome to work with, as well as their featherweight winch bumper for the front, and some other things coming along as well. Now, this is not a sponsored build. Let me say that again. This is not a sponsored build. We are spending our hard-earned money on this Gladiator, and that means you're going to get honest feedback on the stuff that we're running on this thing. Now, there are companies that have given us some discounts, and I'll be giving shout-outs to those companies at the right time. But one part of this build that is more sponsored that I'm really proud of is a partnership with JE Reel Drive Shafts out of California. Had a great conversation with Jim, the owner, a few weeks back, and they're a super cool company that are really focused on educating the off-road community on why quality driveline components matter. So there's going to be some cool content that I'm looking forward to sharing with you guys on the JE Reel drive shafts that we're going to be running on this build, the front and rear. The rear is a two-piece drive shaft. We're going to be talking about why that matters and some other really cool stuff related to driveline coming up on the channel. So big shout out to JE Reel and excited to partner with them on this build. We're doing a full PSC hydro swap on the steering. We're swapping out the electric steering pump and 2.5 ton aluminum tie rod and drag link from Fusion 4x4. So we'll be doing lots of product kind of reviews as we go along and looking at the different parts of this build. And you know, I'm super pumped that my buddy Jim of Ground Pounder Coffee, you might follow him on Instagram. If not, you should go check it out. His rig is called the HQ1. That's his other handle on Instagram. He's a great friend of mine, and he's offered for me to do this build together with him in his personal shop. So you'll be seeing lots more of Jim hopefully here in the future as we dive into this build. Planning on a designated build series for the Gladiator here on the channel to bring you guys along on the journey from stock grocery getter to hopefully a super capable Rocklander that can tow our family's camper out to remote areas, disconnect, and go hit some of the best trails in America. That's our plan for this truck, and we can't wait to bring you guys along on the adventure with us. Thanks so much for watching. Like, subscribe, share this video with a friend, and stay tuned for lots more great content on the GX470, on my Jeep Wrangler, and also on the new Gladiator. Thanks for watching.